So, I haven't made a video for a little while. I was sick a bit last week. Lots been going on. So I've finished work with my last restaurant group. That was on Saturday. Was my last day. Today is Monday in Australia. Um, and I think the biggest parts were securing a job first in wherever we were going to move to. It came down to the Gold Coast in Queensland. Now, this is where I started my journey in Australia. Was in Queensland. This is where I met my wife originally, and the cat that came with my wife at the same time. So, my wife is very excited to move back to the Gold Coast where she grew up. Being able to bring our kids there and um, let them experience what she has fond memories of in her childhood. um, the Gold Coast is gorgeous. It's a better cost of living for property wise, opposed to Sydney. Obviously, I think the electric and the gas bills would be a slightly cheaper, I think, because there's no heating that you really need in the winter months in the Gold Coast. It's a subtropical climate, so it'll be very nice in the winter. The water up there is a lot warmer than in Sydney. When we moved to Sydney, I ran into the ocean on Bondi Beach, and I ran straight back out. And my wife looked at me because I love swimming, and she said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "The ocean is broken." It was freezing cold. Where the Gold Coast, it's even in winter, it's 20 degrees or 22 degrees Celsius on most days. Um, so anyway, moving back to Queensland and the cost of living, rent is cheaper, marginally. So we just secured a property today. So that was check number two. The first one was securing the job, then it was getting the property. Um, so it will be cheaper than what we're paying here. It gives us a little more breathing room, as I've said in my other videos. If you've been watching, thank you. Um, so the next steps are downsizing what we have currently in this property that we lease in Sydney. Um, Moving interstate in Australia is really expensive. Just to move our things when we move from Victoria, so Melbourne, to Sydney. Um, just to put it on a truck was almost $5,000, not including your bond, um, connection of your services, um, travel expenses, Airbnb if your property is not ready at the time, any extra rent that you have to pay when you're leaving one property to another. Um, when we left Victoria for Sydney, I flew my wife and my kids up first. Um, and I rode my motorcycle. So that was a heck of a ride. It was a 12-hour ride on my bike. And the last 4.5, 5 hours was wind and torrential rain. So for me, not fun. For them, an hour and 20 minutes, I think it took them to get up here. So yeah, I'm not doing that this time, moving up to the Gold Coast. I might fly my family, the boys and Jasmine, and I'm going to sell my motorcycle, and then I'll buy another one when I get up there. Not really happy about that because I truly love my bike. Oh, I love my bike, so I don't I don't want to get rid of it. But it's just it would cost too much to put it on the back of a trailer and drive it up, and we don't own a car, so obviously living in the city, it's more of it's just another expense, another headache to have a car in the city. Don't really need one. Getting around by, in Sydney, taking the ferry, taking the buses, walking wherever we go, it's not that hard. And when we want to do a weekend away, I just rent a car or an SUV or something like that. Something that carries all of us. So on the checkpoint, check number one, secure a job, check. Number two, secure a property, check. Number three is now downsizing. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, it's crazy how much how much stuff you actually accumulate over time of just being in one place or not really thinking about what tomorrow brings. And then if you're leaving one house or property for another, you may need more things than you had before, because then you have a blank spot on the wall that you want to put maybe like a buffet or something, or a new front entrance desk or something, whatever the case. Or you have a totally extra room and you want to put some stuff in there so it doesn't just look like a giant empty room. So that's where we are. We moved into the property we're in now. From Queensland, we had a 3-bedroom. This is technically it's a 4-bedroom, but it's kind of like a 5-bedroom. There's a whole front room that we really haven't used much since we've been here, but we needed to put stuff in there, as my wife says. Anyway, so now it'll be downsizing a bit again. We're moving into a townhouse on the Gold Coast, near the Broadwater. It's a short distance to Surfers Paradise, which is kind of the heart of Gold Coast if you're not familiar. And I was giving away stuff today. I randomly met this wonderful couple that just moved to Australia from Philadelphia, and it was one of those just coincidental things. They were outside of our house, and I think they were picking up something from one of the neighbors, and they had a GoGet, which is a rental car and van company in Australia. And I can't remember how it started exactly, but I said, "Are you looking for anything else?" And they said, "Well, actually, some kitchen things if you have." And I'm like, "I have heaps of stuff, so just tell me what you want, and you can just take it." So they were really lovely, and it's always nice to just help out some people if you can. And I could, and they were happy, and I was happy, and it was a nice little connection. Now to be what they call in Australia backloading, rather than renting an entire container or a full truck, which is thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You kind of share a load going up with maybe one or two other people that maybe don't have a lot of things. So we're just bringing like a few of the essentials. Our fridge, washer, dryer, my new couch, our bed frames, maybe 2 little boxes, like one with some dishes and kitchen things, glasses and coffee cups, because you got to have coffee, and glasses for wine, and some personal belongings. And then the plan is to rent like a minivan-ish kind of thing. And then if I fly my wife and my kids up, they can Airbnb when they land, and I can leave with the dog and the cat. And I can put more things inside of this, so we can actually take a little bit more personal belongings, kids' toys and stuffed animals and things that mean more to them, because as we get older, or as I get older, you're not as attached to things anymore. And I think that, you know, moving from Canada to Australia taught me the first time what's actually important in life. And stuff is not it. Motorcycle, all right, it's stuff. I get it. Is it important? No. Do I love it? Yes. Do I want it? I want to keep it. Yes. Will I get another one? Of course I will. So not that big of a deal. Easier for me to give up stuff. When your kids are still emotionally attached to stuffed animals and certain toys, because it brings back a memory and a feeling for them of when they received it, maybe a birthday or a Christmas, and that they really, really held on to a moment that they received it. And that's what they're feeling with that. So renting the van or the mini van thing will give us a little bit more emotional attachment, things for the kids to hang on to. The good thing is that you can, with certain companies, the bigger companies, you can rent and drive one way. They charge you more, but it's not crazy. It's not a huge fee, opposed to just renting a car for a week. So if I do that, dog, cat with me, a bunch of stuff, it takes, from what I've seen, it's about a 12-hour drive up the coast. And then obviously stopping for gas, food, taking the dog out for a walk, making sure that the passengers are happy and looked after, and and the van doesn't smell like crap, literally, on the way up. So super exciting stuff. I can breathe a bit now. I've been stressing out, obviously, with the responsibility of having the family and people that rely on you. It's very stressful. And trying not to show that to the kids. I'm just discussing it with my wife when the kids are asleep, and not letting them, not trying to ruin their every moment that is their childhood. I'm trying to give them the best that we can possibly give them in every way possible. So, Gold Coast, wow, awesome. Yeah, it's going to be great. I'm stoked. Super happy about this. Yeah, not Vietnam. Sorry, guys. Vietnam's not over, though. It's not a dead dream. It's not a dead end. It's something that is just, at this time, not the right move. 2 years, 1 year, 5 years. I wouldn't say never. There's too many attractive things that still pull me to Vietnam, and the thought of life there. And you know what, guys? Thank you for all of the comments. I've been reading them, answering all of them. There's a few people from Vietnam. Hopefully one day we'll get to meet, whether it's in Australia or whether it's in Vietnam. I'm looking forward to it. You're all amazing people. Thank you so much for the comments, your life perspectives, your sentiments, your parallel stories of hardships and fears, and how this world's becoming at the moment, what we're all trying to deal with. I really, really, really appreciate it. It means a lot when I've been so stressed and anxious about all of this and overwhelmed. Reading a lot of these comments really helped me out, and thank you. I really, truly appreciate it. So I still haven't changed the name of the channel. Again, if anybody has an idea, please leave a comment. And I really look forward to seeing what you guys come up with. The next time I talk to you will be sooner than the last time. I was going to say the next time I talk to you, it's going to be on the Gold Coast, but it's not, because we're probably about 2 weeks away from that. We'll get the property next week, on Thursday, I believe. Now, we won't be up there on Thursday. We'll just have the property. It'll be sitting empty. And it still works out. At least we've secured a property. Trying to secure a property in Australia is very difficult. There's a lot of competition. Again, stressful. So it's better to have it and it sit there. At least we know it's there, and pay a week's worth of rent or a week and a half or whatever for it to sit empty while we're getting our loose ends tied up in Sydney to be able to move there. I'll send a video for the next time. I'm going to say a couple of days. I'll probably sell my bike by then, or I'll be in the process. So I'll go through a bit of that. How much I get for it, how much I paid for it, what I think a new bike. Well, it won't be new. I don't think I'll be buying new when I get up there. This one I bought was brand new. The next one will more than likely be used, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with a used bike, if you get the right one. Anyway, I'll keep you abreast of that. And yeah, super cool, super happy. Just wanted to put this video out there. I think I can sleep tonight a little bit, maybe all the way through, without waking up and panicking. So, happy guy. Anyway, thank you guys, and leave a comment what you think this channel should be called, and I'll talk to you soon.